What's up, Tarantula YouTube? I'm getting into part 3 of my collection tour. Hopefully we can get quite a few of them done this go around. Probably won't be feeding too many of them, even though I did feed this one. This is my P. Armenia, the Venezuelan Sun Tiger. This is probably the first time I've got to see him in a while. And oh yeah, there we go. At least we get to see the beautiful abdomen colors, little stripes, or whatever you'd like to call it. And that's it. So we'll move on to the next. Alright, up next is my T. gigas, the orange tree spider. We'll go ahead and give it a feed. Oh yeah. These are absolutely beautiful orange coloration. And the iridescence under the legs, as you can see, that bright greenish. We'll wait a little longer to see if she won't come on out. I think she's getting ready to molt. Her colors aren't as vibrant as they normally are. I say her. I'm not sure what the gender is yet. I'm hoping for a female, but you never know. I figured that big old male dubia would be a nice, good last pre-molt feeding for her or him. Absolutely beautiful. And we'll move on. Alright, next up is my Chromatidae, the Puerto Rican Punto. Excuse me. This is one that I need to rehouse dearly. Probably be one of the first ones I do. It's in this little quart size little jar. I did feed it. It probably won't come up for us, but yeah. Alrighty, we'll move on to the next. Alright, next up is my P. muticus, my king baboon. And this little guy or girl, I'm hoping it's a little girl, because it's a extremely slow grower, and it is an odd character nonetheless. It ate for me the first time I got it, and then would not eat for about 4 months, and did not molt, was not in pre-molt. I think it's molted maybe once for me, and I got it when it was a little tiny thing. And literally every time I've ever fed it, I've had to dig it out, because it likes to bury its little entrances, to where nothing can't get down there to it, and it's not much caring for this light. But I dig it out, feed it, it will bury itself again. I'll skip a feed or two and dig it out, feed it again. I'm not really sure what the deal is on it, but it's It's the only one I've ever had to do that to. But yeah, we'll move along. I've got it in one of these little super stacker containers that you get from Walmart. It did have a entrance right here, but it's, as you can see, I just fed it the other day, so its abdomen was getting like shriveled up looking, so I decided to dig it out and feed it. But it's odd, very odd little guy or girl. Let's see. It did have another entrance over here, but it looks like it's drug some moss from the top, because after I dug it out, it did come out and stay on the surface for a few days, and I guess it's drug some of the peat moss that I put in there for it, and decided to use that to plug the second entrance up with it. But we'll move on. Alright, next up, some of you may recognize this enclosure. Guess this is a update as well on this one. This is my Lacidori parahabana, the Salmon pink bird eater, and it's coming right along pretty well, I guess I can say. And we'll go ahead and drop some food in there for it. And see if it's interested, which I'm sure it is. It's kind of one of those teas that never turn down food. So we'll back you up here a little bit. And oh yeah, look at that. Get a little roll there. A little James Bond roll out of it. They are excellent little eaters, and this one hasn't been a super fast grower. I'm getting a little fight out of it here. I'll try to spoil the moss in one little spot over here on the side, making it look all nice and pretty. Guess you can say I'm OCD. It doesn't matter with some of them, as you will see. They alter their enclosure the way they want to, and for the most part, I leave it the way they want it. So yeah, we'll move on to the next one. And as you can see, I'll throw this in there real quick. Unlike the part 2, where I did all my Puzzletherias, this one I'm not going in any certain order. I figured I would just try to run through them as they are on my shelf as I can get to them. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Alright, the next one is my Ninjaclematis, the Brazilian red and white. I think is one common name for it, or that's the one that I use anyway. And you might be able to see its little butt and one of its little legs right there. This one is pretty skittish. It stays, oh, there it went. This one stays hid pretty well. As you can see, I've got it in a small little cup, and it likes to move dirt a lot. All this was level to about right here, and it decided to go down and around and under and move all the dirt up. So yeah, and this is number 1, and we'll go ahead and this one usually stays out all the time. As you can see, this is number 2, This is one of the ones that I got from Fear Not Tarantulas. I may have got both of them from Fear Not Tarantulas, but I know I got this one from Fear Not Tarantulas. It was part of the mystery box. It was Rachel's Righteous Arachnids, I think, is what the mystery box was called. And these guys are absolutely beautiful. I'm hoping this one right here is going to be a female, because the other one was quite a bit smaller when I first got it, and about half the size of this one when I got this one, and the other one is almost caught up with this one. So just judging by their growth size, I'm assuming this one is going to be a female. So yeah, we'll move on to the next. Alright, next up is my Ninjaclematis, the Brazilian blonde. Absolutely beautiful. Kind of looks like the Chromatidae, but only lighter in color, as young slings, not hardly yet juvenile. This one is in a 32 ounce deli cup, and I will be rehousing this one as well, along with probably both the Chromatidae as well. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Alright, the next one is going to be my Lampridae Velocipes, the Singapore blue, and it is absolutely insane. As you can see, anytime I move its container or anything, it comes out to see what's up. It's not skittish by any means. It's got one big entrance back here behind the cork bark, and it's got another one right there in the front of the enclosure. And you can see, like, right over there, a piece of its old molt. And I decided we're gonna go ahead and feed this one. Have to anyway, so might as well feed it on cam and get rid of some more of my Meldubias. So yeah, let's get to that, I guess. I'm gonna try to make it come out so we can see it. Back it up just a bit. There we go. And that's probably as good as we're gonna get. It does come out quite a bit. Like I said, anytime I move the enclosure, it comes out, but it usually sets out on the cork bark, just chilling most of the time, unless of course it's in pre-molt or molting, and then it stays under. So this should be a pretty good little meal for this guy or girl. Yeah, let's see if we can't get it to come on out a bit. There we go. We can get some of those abdominal patterns on it there. We'll go ahead and raise this up. Maybe we can get a better downward shot. But this is a absolutely awesome tarantula nonetheless. Let's see, those big old fangs sunk in the back, and it's not full grown. It's not even half grown yet. It's probably around pushing I want to say probably like 3.5 inches leg span, that is. But anyway, we'll move on. Alright, next up is my Apolosis species Columbia large and pumpkin patch. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see her. She's made her a little web tube right here, and she's been in there for a few months. She's not molted yet. There is a little peephole somewhere right about here that you can look in and peep in on her. I've already tried to get the camera up, and I can't get a good angle or get a view with the camera. It's quite awkward. So hopefully she'll molt or finish doing whatever she's doing and come on out for us so we can see her in future feeding videos and stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and move along. And next up, we're gonna go backwards here. We're gonna go from number 4 to number 1. This is my Chromatidae Cayena pubescens, the green bottle blue, and this is the smallest one that I have. And as you can see, it molted and all that long ago. So we're gonna see if it's hungry. It may or may not be. Gonna try to feed it a mealworm pupae. Maybe a little early for it. Oh. No. I think it's still a little early for it. Oh no. And you can see that sticky web. And it kicking little hairs at me. How cute is that? And now it's trying to escape. So I'll use my little, actually I'll just use the lid. Oh, didn't mean to pop it like that, but it'll be alright. And we'll move on to number 3. And this isn't my number 3. And we'll go ahead and see if she's hungry. I don't know, I think she might have been hungry, but I'm not for sure about that. Oh, look how gentle that was. Now this is the one that ate for me last time when I showed my 4 GBBs off. This is, I believe it's my the female, because it's growing and not as molting, not even half as much or half as fast as the other 3. The other 2 has molted as well, so they were all in pre-molt just like I thought. And this one seems to be still going. So the other 3, number 1, number 2, and number 4, all seem to be molting about around the same time. And yeah, we'll leave her in peace and let her enjoy her little meal. Alright, next up is my Chromatidae Cayena pubescens number 2, and This guy molted not too long ago, and he should be ready to eat. So let's give him a big, nice fat doob. See if he's ready or not. He should be. Okay then. This one I've noticed has become skittish with its last molt. We'll try it again. They usually reset pretty fast, GBBs do. That's the cool thing about them. Oh, I hung on to it too long. See what I mean by they reset? Most tarantulas, oh, I don't know, that might be a little bit too big there. We'll see. We'll see. He's definitely interested in though. Interested. May have to pluck that one out and go for something a little smaller. Of course, that one's going to try to mingle its way underneath the web. Crap. Alright, well, I'll pause and come back if it gets it, or whatever happens. Alright. And the last GBB, number 1, as you can see, laid up in there, recovering from its molt. Let's see, that's actually its molt right there, and you can see the spider right here. Let me see here. Yeah, it's abdomen, and then yeah. All right, let's move on. Alright, next up is my Pteronochelus lagardi, the Fort Hall baboon. And I'm going to see if I can ease the lid off without making it run in the hole, but I doubt it. Yeah, I knew that wasn't going to happen. We'll try to feed it though and see. See if it's interested in the mealworm. I doubt it. If it comes out, I'll start it back up. It's kind of cute. Can't really make up its mind whether it wants it or not. Maybe a little too big for it. If it is, I'll try a little red runner here later, but I don't want to spend too much time on trying to feed these guys. I want to just kind of run through them because more than likely there'll be 4 parts to this tour video deal. I was hoping to get it knocked out in 2, but this one will probably end up being close to 30 minutes, so it'll be pretty good little video. Be one of those where you go get you a drink and a bag of popcorn and kill 30 minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it and grab this one out because I don't think it's gonna get it. Otherwise it'll just dig a hole. So alrighty, let's move on. Alright, the next one is my Grandma Stola poker piece, the Choco Golden Knee, and I think it's in pre-molt. As you can see how fat that abdomen is. Abdomen. Let's see, maybe if I steady it, zoom in. keeps acting like it's interested in that mealworm, but I don't know. I don't think it can make its little mind up. The Pteronochelus lagarde ended up eating a red runner. It snatched it right up, so they ended up trying that. On this one as well. But yeah, we'll move on. Alright, next up is my Brachypelma Baggins. This is the biggest one out of 4. And we'll go ahead and see if this one will eat that mealworm that all the rest of them has passed up. I believe it will. Oh, I'll be trying to grab my tongs. There we go. Yeah, I knew it would. You gotta love the Baggins, Mexican red rump. I love those black femurs with the gray coloration of the legs. This one's about 2 inches, I guess, give or take a little. But yeah, let's move along. And this is my H. maculata, the to-go starburst baboon. Or the to-go, I'm sorry, not baboon. The to-go starburst. Yeah, we're not going to be able to see it. So, let's move on. Alright, up next is my P. Maranus, my OBT, the one I did the time lapse of it molting. And I told you, Mad Mags, that I had a couple mushrooms in here. Well, this one has already grown over and died. But as you can see, there's the remainder of it. They pop up. They've been popping up in this enclosure for, I don't know, about 6 months or so. And as you can see, my tarantula is perfectly fine, but I can see how people would stress out about stuff like that. I mean, I was going to rehouse it, but I decided not to. But yeah, let's see if this little guy's hungry. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's absolutely beautiful. And I thought he had matured out on this molt, but I'm not so sure. I think he might have another molt to go, which is a good thing. So there may still be a chance for me to pair with Edward Tyndall's female, as long as she can kick it in gear and mature. I am going to try to hold back on this guy, and hopefully he won't grow as fast on me. Although when I first done his molt, or sexed his molt back several months ago, I did a video on it or whatever. I started trying to cut back on him then, but he keeps pushing on. So yeah, this will probably be it. So we'll finish up everything in part 4, and Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you next time.